When most people think of the Cretaceous, they imagine T-Rex thundering across floodplains or Triceratops locking horns. But beneath the waves of the Western Interior Seaway, an entirely different kingdom of predators ruled, a kingdom of mosasaurs. These marine reptiles, distant relatives of modern monitor lizards and snakes, were the undisputed overlords of the oceans during the last 25 million years of the Cretaceous. Stretching up to 50 feet long, armed with double-hinged jaws and teeth designed to grip slippery prey, mosasaurs devoured fish, ammonites, seabirds, and even other mosasaurs. Their appearance in the fossil record was so sudden and their dominance so complete that paleontologists describe them as an evolutionary explosion. In this story, we dive deep into the world of these ocean giants, exploring their anatomy, their reign, their rivals, and their catastrophic end. From Kansas chalk beds to Moroccan phosphate mines, mosasaur fossils reveal one of nature's most spectacular evolutionary success stories, proof that the seas of the Cretaceous were every bit as deadly as the land. 65 million years ago, North America was divided in two by the Western Interior Seaway, a vast inland ocean stretching from the Gulf of Mexico to the Arctic Circle. At its widest, it spanned over 600 miles across, transforming the heart of the continent into a shallow tropical sea. Its waters teemed with life schools of fish, giant sea turtles, diving birds with toothed beaks, squid-like ammonites, and the sleek, fast-swimming mosasaurs. The chalky sediments that settled at the bottom of this seaway preserved fossils in astonishing detail. In the Kansas chalk beds, explorers of the late 19th century uncovered skeleton after skeleton of mosasaurs, sometimes so complete that they became the first real evidence for the existence of sea monsters. These discoveries shocked Victorian audiences who were used to thinking of dinosaurs as land-bound. Suddenly, the idea of giant lizard-like predators roaming ancient oceans became undeniable. Today, the Western Interior Seaway remains the richest source of mosasaur fossils in the world, offering a unique window into a time when the heartland of America was underwater and ruled by reptiles. The mosasaurs were perfectly adapted for life in the sea. Unlike their crocodile-like ancestors, they abandoned life on land entirely, evolving streamlined bodies and powerful tails that moved side to side like a shark's. Their limbs transformed into paddle-like flippers, steering them with agility. Inside their skulls lay their most terrifying weapon, double-hinged jaws and a second row of teeth on the roof of the mouth. Called pterygoid teeth, these acted like backward-facing hooks, preventing prey from escaping once bitten. Their jaws could swing wide, allowing them to swallow large fish or even seabirds whole. Their sense of smell was acute, and their eyes adapted for underwater vision. Mosasaurs came in many shapes and sizes, from smaller forms only a few feet long to giants like Mosasaurus hoffmanni, which exceeded 50 feet. This range of forms allowed them to dominate every niche in the seaway, some specialized in fish, others in turtles, others in ammonites. They were not dinosaurs, but lizards supercharged by evolution, transformed into apex predators of the oceans. The first mosasaur fossil was discovered in the late 18th century in a Dutch limestone quarry near Maastricht. The massive skull baffled scientists of the day. Some thought it belonged to a whale, others to a crocodile. Eventually, Georges Cuvier identified it as a giant extinct lizard, coining the term mosasaurus, meaning lizard of the Meuse River. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, one of the earliest proofs of extinction. Later, in the American West, paleontologists like Othniel Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope competed to collect mosasaur specimens during the famous bone wars of the late 1800s. Their fossils drew public fascination, as newspapers described them as proof of sea serpents that once prowled the oceans. Today, mosasaurs remain showpieces in museums, From the Smithsonian to the American Museum of Natural History, fossil-rich quarries in Kansas, Morocco, and Jordan continue to produce spectacular skeletons, including complete articulated specimens with preserved stomach contents, giving us unparalleled insights into their diet and behavior. Each fossil discovery adds new chapters to the saga of these sea monsters. Life in the Seaway was a constant arms race. Mosasaurs hunted a wide variety of prey, but they also competed with other formidable marine predators. Sharks swam in abundance, from small species to giants like Cretaceous, nicknamed the Ginsu shark for its slicing teeth. Plesiosaurs, with long necks and small heads, shared the seas but were often outcompeted by the faster, more versatile mosasaurs. Large sea turtles, armored with shells, provided both a food source and a challenge for their attackers. Fossilized remains reveal mosasaurs with stomach contents that include fish, birds, ammonites, and even other mosasaurs, evidence of cannibalism. Their dominance pushed many marine reptiles into decline, as mosasaurs evolved rapidly and diversified across the globe. The sheer adaptability of these predators ensured that, by the end of the Cretaceous, they were the uncontested rulers of the ocean, just as T. rex ruled the land. Among the many mosasaurs, some species stood out as giants. Mosasaurus hoffmanni, the original Maastricht fossil, grew to more than 50 feet, longer than a modern school bus. Its skull alone was over 5 feet long, armed with robust teeth capable of crushing through bone. In North America, Tylosaurus stretched to similar lengths, its elongated snout perhaps used to ram prey. These leviathans swam with the power of their muscular tails, propelling their massive bodies through the warm seaway waters. To imagine their scale, picture a creature the size of an orca, but built like a Komodo dragon, with jaws that could engulf you whole. Fossil evidence shows that these giants were not rare curiosities. They were common apex predators, spread across Europe, Africa, and North America. Their sheer size and global distribution underline just how successful mosasaurs became during their short but spectacular evolutionary reign. The rapid rise of mosasaurs is one of paleontology's great puzzles. They appeared in the mid-Cretaceous and within 25 million years spread worldwide, replacing earlier marine reptiles like ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs. Genetic comparisons to modern reptiles suggest that their closest living relatives are monitor lizards and snakes, which share similar flexible jaws and elongated bodies. Some mosasaurs evolved tail flukes, strikingly similar to sharks, a case of convergent evolution that shows how nature often finds the same solutions to life in the ocean. Fossils of baby mosasaurs suggest they gave birth at sea, like whales, never returning to land. This complete adaptation to marine life allowed them to thrive in every ocean. Their evolution demonstrates how quickly life can fill an ecological vacuum, turning ordinary lizards into titans of the seas. In many ways, mosasaurs represent evolution at its most explosive, a lineage that rose, conquered, and vanished, all within a geological blink of an eye. The reign of the mosasaurs came to a sudden and violent end at the close of the Cretaceous. The asteroid impact that doomed the dinosaurs also devastated marine ecosystems. Tsunamis, acidified oceans, and collapsing food chains left mosasaurs with nowhere to turn. Unlike their distant relatives, snakes and lizards, they were too specialized to adapt to the new world. Within a few thousand years of the impact, mosasaurs had vanished forever. Fossils from the very last layers of the Maastrichtian age show them still thriving up until the extinction. Their disappearance cleared the way for new ocean predators, such as sharks and eventually whales, to rise in their place. Today, their bones are silent reminders of a world where reptiles, not mammals, ruled the seas. Their extinction is not just a tragedy of lost giants, it is also a lesson in the fragility of dominance. In recent decades, mosasaurs have been reimagined through science and popular culture alike. Modern reconstructions show them as sleek, shark-like hunters rather than sluggish lizards. Advanced imaging techniques have revealed details of their muscle structure and swimming power. Isotopic analysis of their teeth indicates they hunted across vast ranges, much like modern killer whales. Some fossils preserve soft tissue impressions, hinting at scaly skin textures. Paleontologists now debate whether mosasaurs may have had primitive forms of echolocation or cooperative hunting strategies, though hard evidence remains elusive. Popular media, from documentaries to films like Jurassic World, have brought mosasaurs into the spotlight, sometimes exaggerating their size, but always captivating audiences. Science and culture together ensure that these reptiles continue to inspire awe. Each new fossil discovery sharpens our understanding, bringing us closer to the truth of how these sea monsters once lived. Why do mosasaurs continue to fascinate us? Partly it is their size and power, but also the mystery of their sudden rise and fall. Unlike dinosaurs, which spanned 160 million years, mosasaurs burned brightly for only 25 million. Yet, in that short time, they conquered the oceans. For audiences today, they embody both terror and wonder. Terror at the thought of an apex predator lurking beneath ancient seas, and wonder at the speed of their evolutionary success. Their fossils connect us to a forgotten world, when the Great Plains of North America were ocean floor, and giant reptiles swam where buffalo now graze. In every way, mosasaurs prove that the Cretaceous was not just the age of dinosaurs, but the age of reptiles on land, in the air, and most spectacularly, in the sea. Their mayhem ended 6 million years ago, but their story still grips our imagination, reminding us that Earth's past was stranger and more thrilling than we could ever invent.